One of the abilities Schoology has is that when you assign a folder's worth of activities, you can force the students to go through and do the activities in the order that you specify. This might be a useful thing if you want to do a pre and post assessment before a formal lesson. This might be nice if you have an activity and you have a video before it that describes what students need to do in the activity. You can make sure that they watch that video before they do the activity. So I'm going to show you how to do this and how to check up on students. I have to confess, I don't do this myself. So my page is going to be missing a few details that you will see as you're going through this, but I'm going to point this out as you see it. And down in the description of this video, I'm going to have a link to Schoology's help page on this topic. So you're going to get a lot more details to answer your more specific questions and see all of the dialogues if you follow that link. But I can still walk you through the basic gist of what you need to do. So let's pop over to my desktop. All right, so here's my business math class, and here are all of the week 9 assignments. So you can see I've got an introductory video, and then I'm going to have them do 2 activities. Then I'm going to do another video or another activity, and I've got a pre and post activity video kind of describing what they're going to do and describing what they probably found while they went through this. And so it makes sense for an activity like this that I want students to do this not in their own order, but in my order. So what I'm going to do is, in order to set the order, that is a property of the week 9 folder. So I'm going to go to week 9 and I'm going to click on the gear icon and I'm going to select student completion. And so set student completion rules. The requirements must be completed in sequential order. I'm going to check that box. And now what I need to do is I need to tell Schoology what completion means for every one of those activities. All right, so for instance, the introduction to bank fees video, I want the member to view the item. When I'm looking at the how to do the activity, I want them to view the item. When we do the how to avoid overdraft protection fees, which comes at the end of that activity, I want them to view the item. And then for the 3 activities themselves, I want them to, you can either have them view the item, either reply to the thing, make a submission, or have a certain score. So I would want them to make their submission. All right, because I'm not going to be grading this in real time. So that's going to work best for me. And these are all assignments. If I had discussions, they might have their own set of drop downs. So you can see how those work. Another thing you can notice as I made these is that even though I posted rules for the 3 videos before the 3 assignments, this is not the order the students will be doing the activities in. They will be doing the activities in the order that they're listed in the folder. Okay, so they will be watching this video, doing these 2 activities, this video, this activity, this video. And the order in which I have them in the set completion rules is irrelevant. But I need to set this so that Schoology knows what students need to do in order to go from one step to the next. You'll see that due dates for items will be removed. So I am going to cancel out of this because I don't want to remove my due dates for these activities. So that's how you're going to do it for a lesson. And what you're going to be able to do once you do that is you're going to be able to track student progress. And the place you'll see that is up here where you see the add materials and options buttons. Right next to it, you're going to see a button that says student progress. Let me pop over here and let me zoom in. This is the help folder that Schoology has. And so you'll have some idea of what it looks like. All right, so this is how you do what we have been doing. So you'll see add materials, options, and then the student progress button will be here. And so you can click on this and it will give you every student and the progress that they made on the video. One thing they say later on in this page is that some student might come to you and say, hey, I watched this video, but it doesn't let me go on to the next thing. If that happens, you can just go to this page and click recheck student progress, and that should bump up their activity. So that's described here, recheck student progress. There's details here. I'm not going to go into it. So if a student was absent someday and you wanted to excuse them from certain of the orders in which they needed to do things, this page describes how to do that. So hopefully this is useful. If you've got more questions, check with me and I can pop next door and talk to somebody, Stuber, who actually uses this, and you know, she might be able to give me more information that I can pass along to you about how that monitoring student progress works. But that's the basic idea of being able to force students to go through a folder and do the activities in the order you specify, to the degree that you can specify what they need to do in order to move on to the next step.